like they important. But all that mean nothing when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom, yeah. If you win it, put your lighters to the sky. How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with it, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of baby, they could see it in my eyes. My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
I was patient, yeah. Oh, I was patient. Now I can scream that we made it. Now everywhere I go, they say congratulations. Young graduation. I pick up the rock and I ball, baby. I'm looking for someone to call, baby. But right now I got a situation. Never old Ben Franklin. Big rings, champagne. My life is like a ball game. But instead I'm in a trap though. Pot so big, call it Super Bowl. Super Bowl, caught up, get in the rolls. Top flow lifestyle. Huncho and Post. Malone, I got a play on my phone. You know what I'm on. Huncho Houdini is gone.
My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Like we always do with this time, I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. Go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I'ma get on the TV, mama. I'ma put it down. Hey. Welcome to the good life with the CLD. Won't even get pulled over in they new V. The good life, let's go on a living spree. They say the best things in life are free. The good life, it feel like Atlanta, it feel like LA, it feel like Miami, it feel like NY. Summertime shy. So I roll through good. Y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood. Ferrari, and she got the goods, and she got that. I got to look sorry. Yo, it's got to be, cause I'm seasoned. Haters give me them salty looks. Lowry's 50 told me don't hear, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. Like, I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I'ma get on the TV, mama. I'ma put it down. Welcome to the good life, where we like the girls who ain't on TV, cause they got more earth than the models. The good life, so keep it coming with the bottles, so she feel booze like she bombed at Apollo. The good life, it feel like Houston, it feel like Philly, it feel like DC, it feel like VA, or the Bay, or yay. Hey, this is the good life. Homie, tell me what's good. Why I only got a problem when you in the hood? Welcome to the good life. Like I'm new in the hood. The only thing I wish it. Welcome to the good life. He probably think he could, but I don't think he should. Welcome to the good life. 50 told me go ahead, switch the style up, and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. The good life, go for mine. Yeah, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. getting some. She said I never seen snakes on a plane. Whether you broke or rich, you gotta get this. Having money's not everything that having it is. I was splurging on trips, but when I get my car back activated, I'm back to Vegas. Cause I always had a passion for flashing. Before I had it, I closed my eyes and imagined the good life.
Better than the life I lived when I thought that I was gonna go crazy. And now my grandmama ain't the only girl calling me baby. If you feeling me now, then put your hands up in the sky and let me hear you say, hey, hey, I'm good.
Hey, hey. Certain things you just can't refuse. She wanna ride me like a cruise, and I'm not trying to lose. Then you're left in the dust, unless I stuck by ya. You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much, or you'd be left in the dust, unless I stuck by ya. You're the sunflower.
TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. That was never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I know I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like I had it, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 bags, yeah. But they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important, but all that mean nothing when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom, yeah, yeah. If you winning, would you light us to the sky? How could I make sense when I got millions on my mind? Coming with it, I just put it to the side. Bought a sense of baby, they could see it in my eyes. My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
I was patient, yeah. Oh, I was patient. Now I can scream that we made it. Now everywhere I go, they say congratulations. Young graduation. I pick up the rock and I ball, baby. I'm looking for someone to call, baby. But right now I got a situation. Never old Ben Franklin. Big rings, champagne. My life is like a ball game, but instead I'm in a trap though. Pot so big, call it Super Bowl. Super Bowl, caught up, get in the rolls. Top flow lifestyle, Huncho and Post. Malone, I got a play on my phone. You know what I'm on. Huncho Houdini is gone.
My mama called, see you on TV. Sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
Like we always do at this time, I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky. I go for mine, I got to shine. Now throw your hands up in the sky.
I'ma get on the TV, mama. I'ma put it down.
Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to the good life with the CLD. Won't even get pulled over in they new V. The good life, let's go on a living spree. They say the best things in life are free. The good life, it feel like Atlanta, it feel like LA, it feel like Miami, it feel like NY. Summertime shy. So I roll through good. Y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood. Ferrari, and she got the goods, and she got that. I got to look sorry. Yo, it's got to be, cause I'm seasoned. Haters give me them salty looks. Lowry's 50 told me, go ahead, switch the style up. And if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. Good like, I go for mine, I got to shine.
Now throw your hands up in the sky.
I go for mine, I got to shine.
Now throw your hands up in the sky. I'ma get on the TV, mama. I'ma put it down.
Welcome to the good life, where we like the girls who ain't on TV, cause they got more
than the models.
The good life, so keep it coming with the bottles. So she feel booze like she bombed at Apollo. The good life, it feel like Houston, it feel like Philly, it feel like DC, it feel like VA or the Bay. Or
Well, good morning. Welcome to the graduation for the class of 2022. I am Nicole LeBlanc, the proud principal of KIPP King Collegiate High School. I'm honored to be here with you today as we celebrate the extraordinary young people who make up this class. I want to take a moment to acknowledge some of our honored guests on behalf of our graduates, including your teachers, administrators, mental health counselors, and operations team members who've supported you with sharpening your academic, social, and emotional skills during your time at King. I'd like to highlight your Pride leaders, Ms. Gannon, Ms. Hernandez, Ms. Huo, Coach Levy, Ms. Macias, Mr. Mangus, Ms. Newsom, Ms. Pascual, and Mr. Torres. These advisors have been with you since you first set foot on King's campus and have tirelessly supported you even when you refused to turn on your cameras for those daily morning check-ins on Zoom. I'd also like to thank Dr. Daryl Camp, the superintendent of San Lorenzo Unified School District, an ardent KIPP King supporter. Dr. Camp, we appreciate all that you do to make our community feel valued in our district. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge, appreciate, and love on our most important guests of the day. Class of 2022. Did you think I was talking about you? I'm talking about your families. Let's start there. To the parents, grandparents, guardians, siblings, and friends in the audience today, I'd like to thank you for all the work you've done to get to this very moment alongside your student. You've cared for them since they were babies and made sure they receive the love and opportunities they deserve. You got them all the way to high school where they could broaden their perspective, practice their social skills, build independence, only to be met with a global pandemic that put them right back into your full-time care for a 3-week break that stretched on and on and on for 18 months. To be here today together is a true blessing, and I'm as glad for your experience today as I am for your graduates. And now to the class of 2022. A sincere congratulations for all you've accomplished in order to get here. I know your path was challenging, untested, and tumultuous, but I also know that you are a class that sticks together and understands the meaning of the word loyalty. I'm reminded of our school's namesake, Dr. King's words. The ultimate measure of a person is not where they stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where they stand at times of challenge and controversy. When faced with moments during COVID, especially early on, that tested your comfort level and pushed you to consider what a new normal would look like, you rose to the occasion. When you returned to a school community that wasn't quite sure how to exist in the current state of the world, you rose to the occasion. When pushed to return to traditional in-person school systems that didn't seem to feel quite right after 18 months of being on your own, you rose to the occasion. And in times of challenge and controversy, you stood proud, stayed focused, and kept it moving. I have no doubt in my mind that in the days ahead, you will continue to keep it moving and will no doubt rise to the occasion. Before I introduce the next speaker, I've been asked to share a few announcements with the audience. First, it is hot out here, in case you hadn't noticed. If there's anyone out there who's overheating and needs a cool place to relax or just take a break during this ceremony, please make your way to Portable 3 behind the stage. We have the air conditioning cranking. We've got water in there. We just want to make sure that everyone is healthy and safe and cared for today. Next, we are live streaming this ceremony. And we have a professional photographer up here to take photos of your graduate crossing the stage, receiving their diploma, and posed with their diploma. Please, please remain in your seat when your graduate's name is called. Coming up here risks getting in the way of the live stream or of another family missing their own graduate's big moment because someone is in the way. With all that said, I'm proud to introduce our first speaker who will address the class of 2022. Ms. Marina Hernandez has been with the class of 2022 as an English teacher in their freshman, sophomore, and senior years. She knows all your secrets, y'all. She's a 12th grade Pride leader, the chair of the English department, an active leader in Raíces de la Raza. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Hernandez to the podium.
My heart is beating so fast, y'all. That's not part of my speech. All right. Class of 2022. Welcome to our last day together and your first day as high school graduates. I have so much to say to you all, but what's sitting most in my heart is this. Wow, I'm already crying. Oh my God. What's sitting most in my heart is this. I love y'all. You are truly a special group of young adults that have pushed me and our entire school community forward. You're artists, organizers, robot builders, dancers, and entrepreneurs, and I'm so honored to have stalked you, I mean, supported you since your freshman year. We've experienced joy, processed the heaviness of the world together. We've cried, well, mostly I've cried, and we've laughed a lot. And I have a few new canas, those are gray hairs, with your names on them too. I'll eventually embrace them as signs of wisdom, but before then, we pulling out receipts. Gray hairs numbers 1 through 4. If I call your name, that is you. No, I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. Gray hairs numbers 1 through 4 were born your freshman year. Some impressive eye rolling went down that year. You know who you are. Your freshman year, y'all were adorable, and some of you full of attitude. Y'all really thought you were grown. But that year, listening to that attitude peek through when you first presented your "just because I'm from" poems reminded me that there is power in that attitude when it is channeled in conviction for what is just and equitable in the world. Reading your reflections on your intersecting identities, your first attempts at understanding complexity, and watching you make sense of high school was an honor to witness and be a part of, truly. Ganas 5 through 8. Sophomore year in Ms. Hernandez's class again. One of you, you'll know who you are in a second, one of you decided to outright refuse to go to the front office for simply wearing a hoodie on a winter morning. I tried to reason with you. I asked you for a favor even, and you, my stubborn little sophomore, you did not budge. And honestly, I'm proud of you for standing up to me that day. It was frustrating, and gray hair number 6 came out literally in that moment, but you stood firm in not allowing an authority figure reprimand you for something trivial just so you could walk around cold for the rest of the day. Thank you for that lesson. It illustrates many other lessons y'all taught me that year. Sophomore year also came with a curveball that started with me reassuring you with, "I'll see you in 3 weeks." We ended up not seeing each other for almost a year and a half. I missed you so much that I signed up for your senior year too. Now, senior year has been special. I won't mention the ganas or the gray hairs because, well, too soon. But we've had so much fun, and you've all truly, truly been a source of joy for me and the rest of the teachers that love you. Volleyball games, a million essays, red and blonde wigs in class, United Front meetings, and Hernie Jr. Hernandez was born. Hernie says hi and congrats, by the way. Hernie's our pet turtle, by the way. This was also a year of witnessing just how much you've grown. Your writing skills, your critical understanding, the gains in PRs, your confidence to speak up, and your courage to be vulnerable. While growth has looked different for each of you, one thing's for sure. I am proud of what you've accomplished, and I want you to take time to celebrate how far you've come, even if you're not yet where you want to be. Now, I'll admit, each one of these gray hairs has nothing on how full my heart is from being in your lives for the past 4 years. I take pride in knowing where you've been and even more pride in where you're headed. It is bittersweet, though, to see you all here, ready to take the next chapter in life. It's bittersweet to think about you all parting ways from each other. You'll be at universities, trade schools, family businesses, and some of you are even going abroad. You brave souls, I love that for you. And while I trust that you will make smart decisions, I want to remind you of just a couple of things before I let you go. First reminder, it's a little bit different for each of you. Some of you, stay grounded, stay focused, and stay out of trouble. Others, and parents, y'all might not like this too much, but others of you, get into just a little bit of trouble, just a little healthy trouble. And to those of you that don't use many words, but instead use art or dance to express yourself, I see you, hun. I've always seen you. Don't forget to allow the rest of the world to see you shine. You have plenty of it. My second reminder, you're about to go into different spaces that may or may not see you in all of your greatness. In these moments, remind yourself that you are deserving of the space that you take up. You have a fire inside that cannot be put out. No person or institution has a right to expect that you make yourself smaller, hold your tongue, or become less than. I urge you, my loves, I urge you to walk into these different spaces with your full self. Show up in all of your complexity, in your loudness, in your queerness, in your brownness and blackness, in your tenderness and in your confidence. And do so with the biggest hoop earrings in your collection and the most extravagant lashes. Do so with your jade Buddha pendant sitting heavy on your chest, with your hijab worn proudly and your dashiki on full display. And don't ever apologize for it. Do not diminish who you are at your core for anyone else's comfort or convenience, no matter how scary it might feel. Because showing up as your full self is one of the greatest and most liberating gifts you could give to yourself, I promise you. With that said, trust that these new spaces also have community waiting for you. There are folks you'll be meeting in the next few months and beyond that could be in your life for a long, long time. Embrace the opportunities of newness and connections. In these moments, do not allow yourself to be driven or defined by fear. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see you and love you, and I am confident you will find those people in your new spaces. And my last reminder, class of 2022, my last reminder is simple. You are loved by me, by your families, your teachers, and your peers. I'll miss you so much, but be confident that you'll always have me to reach out to. Congratulations on your graduation. Y'all did that. And before I start crying, I want to introduce our next speaker, a very special student, a leader on our campus, one of the kindest souls I've ever met in my life, truly. Please give it up for your peer, Miriam Fernandez.
Hi everyone, my name is Miriam Fernandez, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be your student speaker. We're here. We're finally graduating, and I can't tell you how incredible it is to see you all here with your caps and gowns. Do y'all remember when we first came here, whether it was 4, 3, 2, or 1 year ago? Do you remember how you felt? I remember that I was so excited and nervous, and I didn't know what high school would be like. We've seen movies of high school students. We all know now that they were not true at all. I remember when I first took algebra and how nervous I was that I wouldn't understand anything, or when I started taking AP World History and how worried I was that it'd be too hard. I wasn't wrong. There were many times when I was very confused in algebra, or when I stayed up late trying to study for the AP World quizzes. You all remember that. But what I didn't know was that my teachers would support me, and that I would find people who eventually became my friends. I was trying to figure out what to write, trying to think of what to say that would somehow adequately summarize everything that we've lived and experienced here. It isn't easy, especially when almost 2 out of the 4 years that we were here were spent online. And what I eventually thought of was this quote, "Yo te llevo dentro hasta la raíz." And if anyone recognizes this quote, it's from a song by Natalia Lafourcade called Hasta la Raíz. It translates to down to the root. Over the years, it's easy to forget how it was that it all started. I think back to that first day and how strange it was to find my way here. I remember carrying a map of the school in my binder with my lunch bag in the other hand. I would write down the classes I needed to go to and guide myself with that map. Now, I know the way throughout the school. I should. It's been 4 years. I know the order of my classes and the people I will pass and wave hello, and the bell that is supposed to ring 1 minute before, but really rings 2 minutes before. Have you all noticed? It is simple things like these that make me wonder why it is so hard for me to think of another school as my school. Yes, it is the place itself, but more than that, it is the people. It's all of you and the teachers who have made these 4 years the years that I carry with me down to the root. And even if we're no longer in the same school, it's okay. We will continue to grow together because we will always be the class of 2022. This will always be a place that we can return to. It does not matter where we go. We carry our memories from KIPP King down to the root. All the times that I was speed walking in the hallways to get to class before the bell rang, eating lunch in the parking lot in front of the office, walking inside familiar classrooms, and hearing my classmates' voices. When I was at the night market and looked around at everyone, at all the people in line to get food, at the performers, at the families and students, I felt something. And I'm sure you feel it too when you spend time with your friends or family, when you're feeling happy. It just reminds you of all of the memories that you have of this place, of this school. Now, I know some of us might feel excited to leave, and others might feel a little less excited, but take a moment now to truly recognize how important this place has been. For me, for us. Look at the person next to you. Do you remember how you met? I remember when the year first started, and I was in AP English Literature. I would go outside of Miss Hernandez's room to drink water, and I'd notice the trees outside. I used to think of them as leaves of crimson and yellow, and then winter came, and all those leaves were gone. I'd go outside in the cold, and I couldn't believe how it could be that from one moment to another, the leaves that were once on the floor had vanished, and the trees no longer had any leaves. And finally, spring. This was the time when all the flowers bloomed again, small, white, pink flowers growing. And during the last weeks of school, when I went outside to drink water, those same flowers were gone, and the leaves were green again. Now, I know what you're all thinking. She's talking about leaves on graduation. Technically, I am, but really, I want you to focus on time. I used to think as graduation as something that wouldn't come until years later, and we're graduating today. It wasn't easy. All of us faced challenges, whether they were personal, social, or academic. And still, whether we know it or not, or whether we're still facing those challenges, we are here, and that's what matters. We have chosen every single day to keep trying even though we get tired, because this is the world of the brave. El mundo es de los valientes, a phrase that my aunt likes to say and what my mom reminds me of. I don't know about you, but I don't feel ready to leave. Not yet. I still believe there is time left here. I still think that in a few months, I'll be returning again, and I'll walk through the hallways saying hello to all the teachers and go to the same classrooms. But our time here has finished, and we must continue, even if we don't feel ready, because this is the world of the brave. Tenemos que ser valientes. This is also the time to thank everyone who helped us, everyone who taught us something. To all the parents, to all the families, thank you for supporting us as we grew up. To my parents and my sister, my family, for always supporting me and motivating me to keep going. No podría estar aquí sin su apoyo. To the teachers who watched us struggle in class and were there to support us as we were going through those struggles. You knew that these struggles would help us become stronger, that they would prepare us for this world of the brave. So not only were you our teachers, but our mentors who encouraged us to be better students and constantly supported us. And to you all, my classmates and my friends. Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different? By C.S. Lewis. I promise, this is the last quote. I'm thankful to have known you all, even if we've only had a couple of conversations or have known each other for many years. Some of you have taught me the meaning of what it means to be a true friend, to be someone who cares. Others have taught me the value of kindness and learning to be stronger. But regardless of how much time I've known you, or how little or how often I talk to you, you have all made these years become unforgettable days. It is true. When I look back, everything is different. I see you all here, and I can't believe it's been 4 years. But in these 4 years, you have all taught me justice, courage, wisdom, and humanity, whether it was helping me understand something in class or answering questions. We're here. We're graduating today, and I will miss you. But as I said before, I carry all the memories, all the moments we've ever shared down to the root, and I hope you all do as well. Class of 2022, we did it! Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Natalia Leva up to the podium to read our students who are graduating with honors.
Thank you so much, Ms. LeBlanc. Thank you, Marina and Miriam, for your beautiful and powerful words. I'm proud to honor the students who achieved academic honors in their 4 years at KIPP King. Students, when I call your name, please rise. Audience members, we ask that you please hold your applause to the end. And we'll be reading names for both ceremonies, so please stand when you hear your name. The first group I'd like to honor are students who are graduating cum laude with a GPA between a 3.5 and a 7.4. Sorry. So that's 3.5 to 3.74. Sorry. Karina Aguayo. Melissa Alvarez. Talia Alvarez. Karen Avendano. Abdusamad Belaha. Gabriel Cuadra. Jade Gomez. Brandy Jacqueline Gonzalez Rodriguez. Jessica Monzon. Diego Parga. Kayla Perez. Altman Wren. Jonas Tai Espejo Salas. Kevin Say. Mariana Sarate Paramo. Please join me in giving these students a strong round of applause. You may be seated. Let's see if I can get it right this time. The next group I'd like to honor are graduates who are graduating magna cum laude with a GPA between 3.75 and 3.99. Again, please stand when you hear your name. Ava Burkheiser. Sochi Thais Berumen. Kelly Dong. Alan Duong. Caleb Fong. Jaden French. Charles Hojaboom. Hiroki Kamioka. Valerie Lay. Paulina Lopez. Diana Marquez Castillo. Isabella Mascarinas. Emily Nguyen. Ethan Nguyen. Orobosa Ojomina. Brian Rodriguez Lopez. Joanna Sierra. Eddie Yu. Michelle Zhao. Susanna Zhao. Yang Zhang. Kalman Shao. Please join me in giving these students a round of applause. Yeah, you may be seated. The last group I'd like to honor are students who are graduating summa cum laude with a GPA between a 4.0 or higher. Please remember to stand when I read your name. Favor Obi Asu. Sofia Bedola. Victor Briceño Castellanos. Tiffany Chung. Nubia Elena Correa. Penelope Donat Fang. Kenneth Duong. Miriam Fernandez. Jennifer Garcia Bermudez. Jennifer Guan. Thomas Hojaboom. Rachel Hong. Samantha Hong. Courtney Houts. Crystal Huang. Wassam Ibrahim. Elena Klassen. Cindy Kwok. William Lau. Wilson Lau. Henry Lee. Jonathan Lee. Sammy Lee. Taryn Lee. Sunny Liang. Brenda Liu. Michelle Ma. Brian Mai. Melissa Manafee. Jaslyn Monzon. Alejandra Nava. Faith Newberger. Crystal No. Alejandra Perez. Brandon Pham. Edmund Q. Winnie Quach. Jacob Reyes. Melanie Rosas. Samantha Sandoval. Melanie Sue. Wanki Tam. Jason Wong. Cindy Wu. Arthur Shang. Sarah Shang. Please join me in giving these students a round of applause. You may be seated. Once again, Congratulations to our students who are graduating with honors. At this time, I'd like to invite Ms. LeBlanc to head over to the diploma table and Ms. Lynn to join me at the podium so we can begin the presentation of diplomas. Again, audience, please remain seated so that graduates can be seen by their families during this very important and very exciting moment. Melissa Alvarez. Axel Ambris. Favor Obi Asu.
Tariq Benson.
Víctor Briceño Castellanos.
Jay Hui Chen. Tiffany Chung.
Nubia Elena Correa.
Penelope Denat Fung.
Rodrigo del Valle Valdés. Yamil de la Rosa.
Kelly Dong. Alan Duong. Kenneth Duong.
Walter Escatel. Edson Escobar. Juan Espinosa. Miriam Fernández.
Caleb Fong.
Ebenezer Getu. Saihajlin Gill. Michaela May Gonderneos.
Rachel Hong. Samantha Hong.
Courtney Houts.
Crystal Huang.
Wessam Ibrahim. Isaiah Iniguez.
Nasir Jr. Hiroki Kamioka. Cindy Kwok. William Lau. Wilson Lau.
Jacobo Lechuga.
Henry Lee. Taryn Lee. Sunny Liang. Brenda Liu.
Sergio Lombera.
Let's go!
James Lozano.
Michelle Ma.
Julian Mahogany.
Brian Mai.
Melissa Manaphy. Diana Marquez Castillo. Isabella Mascarinas.
Mei Hai Sing.
Sergio Mesa. Jaslyn Monzon. Jessica Monzon. Esma Murshad.
Ethan Nguyen. Ryan Peary. Edmund Chu. Altman Ren.
Jacob Reyes. Meilani Yasmin Rosas. Jonas Ty Espejo Sales. Leslie Sanchez. Jessica Sandoval.
Wong Ki Tam. Emily Tong.
Jesús Travieso. Rikia Washington.
Jackie Wong. Cindy Wu. Wu Hong Ying. Jonathan Yu. Arthur Zhang. Michelle Zhao. Susanna Zhao. Sarah Zheng Ti Rei. Zhang Yong Ying. Kalman Zhao.
Congratulations, students, parents, and families. And with that, I'll welcome Ms. LeBlanc back up to the mic.
Well, congratulations again, class of 2022. So before we begin our exit procession, a couple of announcements. The graduates will be exiting in 2 lines through the middle aisle and proceed right through the audience. Families and friends, please wait in your seats until the last graduates have passed through, and then you may follow the procession. Graduates, when you are signaled to move, you should head toward the back gate where you may pick up your diploma. Which is the diploma table? This back, straight back. Find Miss Mora. After picking up your diploma and meeting your family, feel free to take photos on the field for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to need to start to clear because we have another ceremony beginning shortly. And I think that is it. We have one last order of business, graduates, and we're going to move our tassel. We're going to do it all together. First, I'm going to ask you to stand all together. So please take hold of your tassel. And you may now move it to the left. Congratulations, you have officially graduated.
Yeah.
Kayla's in the building.
Already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night till the morning. We dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when you come up, the show goes on. Have you ever had the feeling that you was being had? Don't that that make you mad? They treat you like a slave, put chains all on your soul and put whips up on your back. They be lying through their teeth, hope you slip up off your path. I don't switch up, I just laugh, put my kicks up on they desk, unaffected by they threats. Then get busy on they see, that's how that Chateau made me. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me.